How to use ChatGPT. When AI-powered chatbots and image generators first came on the scene, I was admittedly a little skeptical. It was mostly because the news headlines, at least, the ones my algorithm was feeding me, were fear-inducing. See, people fear being replaced by AI and ChatGPT. But it was also because I didn't know how any of it worked. However, as my brilliant teammate Elena put it, the best way to stop being afraid of AI is to use AI. So I decided to dive in with one of the more interesting tools, especially for writers, ChatGPT. In a pleasant turn of events, I discovered no fewer than 28,349 ways ChatGPT alone can help me be better at my job. For example, it can help me brainstorm new ideas and create rough outlines for blog posts. It can even act as my own personal writing coach. If you're also eager to take ChatGPT for a spin, but you're not sure where to start, you're in the right place. Here's how to use ChatGPT. How to use ChatGPT. How to build your own custom ChatGPT. How to use ChatGPT's voice and image capabilities. How to create AI images with ChatGPT. Can ChatGPT refuse to answer my prompts? How to manage your data in ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT Plus? How to use ChatGPT. Here's the short version of how to use ChatGPT. Go to chat.openai.com or the mobile app, and log in or sign up. It's free. Type your prompt in the message box on the ChatGPT homepage. Once ChatGPT spits out a response, you have a handful of options. Edit your original prompt. Enter a new prompt. Regenerate the response. Copy the response. Share the response. Dislike the response. Now let's take a closer look at the finer details of using ChatGPT. 1. Create your OpenAI account. To get started with ChatGPT, you first need to create an OpenAI account. It's free. To do this, go to chat.openai.com and click Sign Up. You can use an email address, or you can sign in with your Google or Microsoft account. If you use an email address, you'll be required to do a phone verification to confirm that you're really a human and not, ironically, a bot. Already have an OpenAI account? Click Log in to start chatting. If you're having trouble signing up or logging in, your best bet is to reload your page. For specific login issues, check out OpenAI's troubleshooting tips. 2. Ask ChatGPT a question. Type your ChatGPT prompt, text query, in the message bar of the home page, and hit Enter, or click the Send Message icon, which looks like an up-facing arrow. If you have ChatGPT Plus and you're using the GPT-4 model, you automatically have access to ChatGPT's internet browsing feature. This means you'll get a response based on current information, not just data before September 2021, complete with direct links to sources. 3. Interact with ChatGPT's responses. In a matter of seconds, ChatGPT will spit out a reply. Here's the text ChatGPT generated in response to the prompt, who performed the halftime show at the Super Bowl in 2007. Once ChatGPT spits out a response, you have a number of options. Edit your original prompt. Hover over the prompt and click the pencil icon that appears. Edit your prompt, and then click Save and Submit. Enter a new prompt. One of ChatGPT's key features, and the one that makes it feel like having a real back-and-forth dialogue, is that it can remember the conversation you're having with it. This means you can ask ChatGPT to modify its response without repeating yourself or starting from scratch. ChatGPT will simply refer back to whatever you were discussing before, and then use that to inform its response. Let's build on our initial prompt. To get more details about Prince's halftime show at the Super Bowl, I entered, which songs did he perform? Notice how I didn't have to specify who he was in the second prompt. Or remind ChatGPT that I wanted to know about Prince's performance at the 2007 Super Bowl. Get a new response. If the response isn't quite what you're looking for, and you want to use the same prompt, click the regenerate icon below the most recent response. Note, you can regenerate a response only to ChatGPT's most recent output. Copy the response. If you like ChatGPT's answer and want to share it somewhere else, click the clipboard icon beneath the response you want to copy. Once you do this, the icon will turn into a check mark to indicate that it's been successfully copied. This button saves you from having to highlight the text and then using a keyboard shortcut to copy it. Share your conversation. Instead of screenshotting bits and pieces of your conversation with ChatGPT to share with your friends and colleagues, share the entire conversation. The easiest way to do this is to click the Share Chat icon, which looks like an upward-facing arrow. This will generate a unique URL for that specific conversation, which you can then copy and share. Note, if you're on an enterprise account, only members of your workspace can access the conversation. Dislike the response. Since ChatGPT doesn't have the ability to interpret your head shaking, it can't determine if the response it generated is bad on its own. Instead, it relies on humans to provide that data to help it learn. So, if the response was unhelpful or inaccurate, click the thumbs down icon to dislike it. Note, this feature isn't available on enterprise accounts. If you find yourself prompting ChatGPT with the same instructions every time you interact with it, like write the response in Python or keep the tone casual, you could use custom instructions to give ChatGPT an explicit set of directives on how to respond. But you're limited to just that one set. If you have a Plus or Enterprise account, however, you can build unlimited custom ChatGPTs, called GPTs, each programmed with their own set of unique instructions, along with access to the Internet, DAL, 3, and the ability to run code. And you can build one using plain English in a matter of minutes. Here are 3 other key advantages you get with GPTs that you don't with custom instructions. Upload knowledge source files. Instead of copying and pasting text from every resource you want ChatGPT to consider when generating a response, you can upload knowledge files directly to your GPT builder, and it'll take care of the rest. In my experience, however, GPTs don't always apply the directives from these source files appropriately, regardless of how simple or complex the files are. But with how quickly OpenAI has been working behind the scenes to improve ChatGPT overall, I'm hopeful this will improve in the near future. Access to Data Analyst. You can ask ChatGPT's data analysis feature to process data-related tasks directly from a chat. For example, you can upload an .mp3 audio file and turn it into a transcript. You can even upload a spreadsheet with your company's financial report and ask ChatGPT to analyze it or answer specific questions based on that data. Interact with other GPTs from any conversation. Let's say I ask my utterly fascinating chatbot for a fun fact. The fact is okay, but I want to modify the tone to be a little less formal. I can tag another GPT specifically designed to do this, the message refiner, from my utterly fascinating conversation and prompt message refiner to rewrite the response. To pull in another GPT into your conversation, enter GPT name, followed by your prompt in the message bar. How to use ChatGPT's voice and image capabilities. How to use voice with ChatGPT. Instead of typing in your prompt, voice capability lets you verbally communicate back and forth with ChatGPT. As of this writing, this functionality is available only on iOS and Android. Before you get started, you have to enable voice capability. Conversation in the ChatGPT mobile app with the headphone icon selected. Once the screen prompts you to start speaking, say your prompt. Once you've finished speaking, ChatGPT will process your request, no need to hit send, and voice its response to you. Need to pause ChatGPT? You can't. But, for some reason, you have 3 different ways to cut it off entirely: tap anywhere on the screen, X, or the stop icon. Example of a voice conversation with ChatGPT with 3 ways to interrupt ChatGPT's audio response. If you want to continue the conversation, say your next prompt once start speaking appears on your screen again.